Hey garden lovers, we have another pest to look out for our Battling Garden Pest series. And we have a few series going on. We have the Become an Expert Chili Pepper Grower series, which we're editing the fertilizing and feeding video now. We have Heat Loving Flowers series, and we have a couple lined up to release soon. But here is another one for our Battling Garden Pest series, because there's lots of pests in the garden during the summer. So this guy, a tomato fruitworm, is munching away at our tomato. This is the Black Atula. Was really bummed to find this guy, but it solved a mystery because my first carbon that was ready to harvest, obviously I wasn't checking on this. This was from a few days ago, so it looks way worse than it did, but when I noticed it, there was no worm in it. And so I was like, gosh, why is the top rotting? We still have many more carbons getting ready to harvest, but it's one of my favorite tomato varieties, so was bummed. And then my mom found this guy. So mystery solved. That's what was going on in our carbon tomato. I'm sure they've been around in the past, but just hadn't paid attention. And these guys, since it's just one caterpillar, there's no need to really apply any neem oil. Just inspect the tops of your tomatoes often, which I have not been doing. And then you could just pick them off and remove them. So, no treatment needed, just bringing attention to keep an eye out for these guys. If I would have been checking more regularly, then I wouldn't have lost our first carbon. Yummy tomato with a buggy. A tomato with a buggy. And we all know this guy, the tomato hornworm. And we usually like to think, oh, they're just eating the foliage. But look at, he is chowing down on a tomato flower. Yep, he is munching away. So they're very destructive to the tomato plant foliage, the leaf growth, but I have seen them eating tomatoes. And of course, look at, he's eating my tomato blossom. So he just had a tasty carbon tomato flower. Now, these guys are easy to treat. You don't have to go through the neem or any of that, because the biggest issue is finding them. It's hard to spot them because of their camouflage, but you usually can find them because the leaf foliage will be stripped. And you can also find them by their droppings. So wherever you find tomato hornworm droppings, then look above that and you're gonna find these guys. And like I mentioned, there's no need to treat them, you just gotta find them. Another great way is a black light at night. These guys will glow, and then you just snip off the section that they're eating. I'm trying to do this holding a phone. Okay, I guess I'll just drop them. There we go. And if you have chickens, then of course they're the perfect chicken treat. If you don't want to kill them, throw them in the green waste and they'll go on to live their lives wherever the green waste goes. And keep an eye out, because they're not only about eating tomato plants. As a matter of fact, I saw one earlier on our tomatillo plant. So let's see if he's still there. I'm sure he is, devouring my tomatillo leaves. Here he is, and the great thing about this pest is they move slow, so you don't have to be in a hurry to get them, but don't let them go overnight because you probably will lose track of them. Here's one chewing on a tomato, and it's so frustrating when we see these pests taking out our tomatoes that we've been waiting months to ripen so that we can enjoy them. I snipped the other one off because they're hard to manually remove. They have these little suctions that grab a hold of the stem, and sometimes when trying to pull them off manually, you can damage the tomato plant and the worm. Another chicken treat. This is great protein for our girls, which equals nutrient-dense eggs. Buggy! Hi, girls! We got another buggy for you. Who's gonna get it? Good job, Chingy. And yep, they go after chili pepper plants. This is a ghost pepper that is stripped So I didn't notice there was a guy chewing on this plant. And shockingly, one of the ghost chilies has the bottom chewed out, so not much though. He might have got a mouth burn and then had to move on. All right, that covers it for these two garden pests. The next pests, spider mites, which we're looking at here, aphids, whiteflies, and mealyworms, are easy to treat but challenging to get rid of. And make sure to follow our Battling Garden Pests playlist. We'll be covering every pest that we encounter. Enjoy your week and enjoy your garden.